If you would like to advertise your business on Conversations with Cupid, airing every Thursday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Instinct Radio, email us at shay@middleclassmatchmaker.com. That's Shay, SHAE, at middleclassmatchmaker.com.
You're listening to Conversations with Cupid Radio on InstinctRadio.net.
Hello, happy Thursday. Welcome everyone to Conversations with Cupid. I'm your host, Shay, middle class matchmaker Primus, and I am joined by some sexy singles tonight. I'll have them to introduce themselves, but first, let me tell you all about tonight's show. So tonight we're talking with singles about the concept of dating multiples. Do you date one at a time or do you date multiples? We're going to get into this discussion and define dating and what does it look like, and we're going to ask lots of questions about dating multiples. If that's your thing, feel free to chime in. If you're on Facebook, you can chime in, just make a comment and I will read your comments. If you want to text us, you can do so at 478-569-6474. Let me have them all introduce themselves. Again, everyone is single on my show, so feel free to hit them up if you're interested. So we'll start with you, Angela.
So, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like I'm trying to get up too high.
She's really tiny.
She said what? Yeah. Oh, just hold it. Oh. Smart. Thank you. Okay. Yes, that's much better. So, my name is Angela. I am 40 years old, so I'll tell my age.
When did you turn 40?
I turned 40 in July.
Oh, happy belated birthday.
Yes. It's okay.
Like, when did you turn 40?
Better later than never. Oh, thank you. And I'm sorry, what are we supposed to be saying?
What do you do?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do for a living?
Oh, so traditionally I was a nurse. I did labor and delivery for 10 years. And then I started my own business a little bit later in life. So now I own a pole dance fitness studio. And I also own an indoor rowing and bar fitness studio.
And your pole dance fitness studio was the first in Atlanta, correct?
It was the first and it was the third in the country.
Oh, and
yeah,
that's Pole
so.
Latif, y'all. She owns Pole Latif. Thank you so much for coming on, Angela.
No problem.
You have no kids?
I do not have any kids, but I love kids. And I definitely want kids.
Okay. Thank you for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Okay, Franklin.
Hi, my name is Franklin. I am 34 years old, turn 35 next month.
Happy January what?
January 16th.
Oh, mine is the 6th. Capricorn.
Oh, Capricorn, yes. Oh, yes. I'm originally from Philadelphia, born and raised, and then I came to Atlanta within 2013. I am a photography and video production person, so I have
Franklin
a company.
shot my commercial middle class match. Thank you, Franklin.
Oh, yes, because I believe everybody, can find love.
Absolutely.
As far as things, I'm excited to be here. So, it's a lot of discussions that I've been, feeling. I need to get my voice out. So
good. And you don't have any children either, right?
No children, no kids.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. And my cousin Corey. Hey, Corey.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Corey Primus, 37 years old. My job title is pretty long, so
okay.
I'm a Class 2 drinking water treatment plant operator. So basically, I produce the water for the city of Atlanta.
Oh, nice.
Drinking water. I'm in school, getting my environmental engineering degree. So I want to come in today because I've had several conversations about dating either singularly or multiple. And I want to put my 2 cents in on that.
Well, we're happy to have you tonight. Thank you for joining us, Corey. All right, Nicole. Nicole, this is your second time with us.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us again, Nicole.
My name is Nicole Lindsay. I'm new to Atlanta, about 15 months in, originally from Baltimore, Maryland. I work for Social Security Administration, and I also have a travel agent business.
Thank you for joining us, Nicole. And you have children.
Yes, I have a 20-year-old daughter, and I have a 14-year-old daughter.
Okay, and Corey, you have children.
Yes, I have 2 children, 3 and 7.
Okay.
My daughter's about to turn 8 in January 23rd.
Aquarius. Okay, yay. Okay, and Ricardo.
Yes, my name's Ricardo. I'm 35. I got one daughter. She's 15. Let me see. I was born in Georgia, but I'm a military brat, so I've been here after I got out the military for about 10 years now. So, yep.
Well, welcome to the show, Ricardo.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so before we start talking about dating multiples, I think we need to define what dating is. So that's our first question is, what is dating to you? So we'll start with you, Ricardo. What is dating?
For me, the idea of dating is the process of finding a significant other or girlfriend.
The
Girlfriend.
process.
The process.
What does that process look like to you?
The process to me looks like the job interview process. It's going on dates, multiple dates. Then over time you kind of narrow it down, and then you decide, hey, let's be exclusive.
So it's interviewing to you.
Yes.
Okay. So it's like an interview process.
Pretty much.
Okay, got it. Thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
All right, Nicole, how do you define dating?
Dating is get to know someone to see if you want to, have a relationship with them. It's a process, but it should be fun as well. So a lot of fun, a lot of communication during that dating process, a lot of communication should be done during that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Nicole. And Corey?
For me, dating is just as Ricardo said. I feel as though it is like a job interview or selection process. Something similar to like a casting call. When that first auditioner comes in, that's probably not going to be the first one that you take. You have to go through a select few before you can narrow that down. So I look at it as something like an audition call or a job interview.
Audition. So that's a little different from an interview. Because an interview, no, it's a little different. An interview is like, okay, I'm looking for this particular position to be filled. Let's see if you meet the qualifications. Do you meet? Audition is you jumping through some hoops to see if you can actually get the part.
Well, I'm also going to be jumping through the hoops as well.
Okay.
Because, it's a dual thing. It's like a dual challenge.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, we're going to work through this
You're
together.
both jumping through hoops.
Exactly. And if we can both jump through those hoops together, then we meant to be.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your perspective. Franklin.
Well, the same thing as Ricardo and Corey was saying. Basically,
the men are hanging up on.
But what I was thinking of is with the casting call thing is that you have requirements. Maybe you wanted to see about do they have kids?
Yes.
And you want to test to see if your chemistry is there, because that's where you dating is that private thing where you're just you and that person and you're enjoying what y'all doing together before y'all become exclusive.
Yes.
Now, of course, as far as when you're doing multiples, you can still still be able to handle that. But you got to come with everybody at 100%, because you don't want to come with one person and think, oh, okay, I'm going to do that 100%. But then this next person I meet, I'm only going to provide only 50%. Still got to be 100%, because everybody.
We're gonna get into how you do it in just
okay,
a moment.
okay.
I just want
I'm sorry,
to
I'm going for
I
it.
already see what you do. You already gave us a glimpse of your hand.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that your technique later.
Yes, technique.
Right.
Okay.
Angela, how do you define dating?
For me, dating, I will say it changed when I was in my 20s versus now.
Okay.
I think I had I thought we're dating. I thought okay, we're dating together, but you're not dating other people. So definitely have learned that as I've matured. And for me, it's just getting to know someone, just seeing if we click, if we vibe. But for me personally, and I'm speaking for myself personally, it never involves sex. And I think
for you, dating is not sex.
No, it's not.
So it's getting to know each other without having sex. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
you can show affection, because I think it's important for a guy to know that you are attracted to him. So you can touch him on his shoulder, give him a peck on the cheek. But as far as sex being part of the process, that for me from a health standpoint is not good.
Yeah, this is when and Nicole, now we kind of talked about this before. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to ask you all how you feel about dating multiples or one at a time. But Angela brought up a good point, sex. Me personally, I'm in a relationship. We've been together 4 years. But prior to this relationship, I'm not celibate. So if you're not celibate, then how do you date multiples without having sex? Are you having sex with just one and the rest of them you're not? Or are you just how does this work? So that's what I want to talk about. How does sex play in this? She brought it up, so let's talk about it. Raise your hand if you are into dating multiples. Let me just get this out the way.
I am now.
All right, so just me and you, Nicole. We're on the anti-multiples, so we have to hold it down. So for all you people who date multiples, we already know where Angela stands. She's not having sex with anybody. So how do you guys handle the sex position? I didn't mean position. How do you you know what I mean? How do you handle sex?
It's negotiable.
It's negotiable.
It was negotiable. It's not like completely off the table, but it's not really the first thing, but I wouldn't just say no.
So here's the thing: if you go out with me today and you say it's negotiable, it's on the table, you can have sex with me. You go out with her tomorrow, it's still on the table, you can have sex with her. You go out with her the next day, it's still on the table, you can have sex with her. Is that how it happens?
No, I said it was on the table. I had to say it was.
It was in action.
Yeah.
But if it's
as far as the planning,
this is where it gets tricky, because if you can have sex with all of us, it's available to. Then who's to say you're not?
Casting call comes into play.
Are you casting based off the sexual performance?
No, because we haven't had sex as of yet.
I'm really confused here.
We haven't had sex as of yet, so we can't base it off of sexual performance. It's more so of that more chemistry, togetherness that we might have and we share, and whichever bond is stronger, then that person that you're more than likely going to gravitate towards more effective. You're going to be more loving and caring, and the others, they're going to be like, well, I feel you, we are there, but it's not that tight bond. So that's how you weed out that selection.
I think if y'all have sex with these women, it will be, she's better in bed, I'm going to go with her. No, don't tell me that's not going to take. So you tell him, okay, let's say it's 3 women. Now, be honest with me. 3 women you're dating. All right, everybody's dating multiples.
Okay.
You sleep with all 3 of them. You're telling me you're not going to decide who to be exclusive with based off who performs better? You're going to just say, she's better in bed, but I'm going to go with her. Like, tell me the truth.
Well, it's more factors to it, though. It's not that, though. You got to look at how the way her conversation is, and, who's better towards family oriented. Depends on what your standards are. Of course, I always go to let the bride flow, I don't ever want to have stipulations say I'm not going to say no to sex because I'm just only dating this person. If it happens, it happens. But only if it's protected. That's what I look at it.
But do you make the other people you're dating aware of that, I am dating other people, and that includes sex? Because I don't think that guys are always honest about that.
I think I'll say the sex part.
Says, I'm sleeping with several ladies at one time.
I don't say that part.
But
no.
It won't be several. It will be one.
You tell them, Jack.
No.
You come in so they can see you. This is Jack, the producer of
No, I don't do it like that. But
if you ask, I'll say it. But
okay.
Oh, it's okay. So you just by omission, you just not gonna say it.
Jack, you're not in the shot.
I am.
Okay.
I don't think it's no other way to do it. You gotta keep it real like that. I mean, they might don't want to hear it, but that's how you cut out a lot of the drama.
So how do you tell me how you would say it?
Basically, you wait till they try to do something like, how women always try to cuff you and you ain't ready to be cuffed. Yes. And they say something like, so you sit them down and look, let's get an understanding.
So I'm at
your
house.
Try to check you or something like, it's something. It smells like perfume in here. And you sit them down. Wait a minute now. Let's get an understanding. Why you trying to get mad about it? You do understand that I have other women. I sleep with other women.
You say it just like that.
Yes.
Oh, I've never been told that. I don't want to ever be told that.
And you won't know how to take it. You'll be like, you want me to lie to you?
I actually appreciate that. I rather have
I'll say.
Like I would say this from the beginning, but here go months go by. And if I'm with you, I'm with you. I'm gonna treat you like you want to be treated. So all of a sudden, your mind is like, well, he must be only. No, I'm treating you like this because that's how I treat women when I'm with you.
In general.
But you're letting them know I'm going to be sleeping with other people.
Yes, I definitely make sure that's got.
I couldn't do it. No thanks. Thank you.
I'm so and you run across those type of women, but what I'm learning is you cut out a lot of the drama. You do. Because I will let you go at the beginning. That means I don't have to worry about that later. But if you stick around, you got to know this is what I laid on the table beforehand.
And maybe there are a lot of women who like that kind of thing, but for me personally, first of all, nobody's ever said that to me before. I would not like it at all because I'm the type of person, I'm leaving my shoes at your house. I'm leaving my stuff. I'm leaving my stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to stop that the first day.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to stop that the first day.
Yeah.
Shoes right by the door.
That's what it is.
No.
I leave my house. like
Mhm.
that.
I think some men end up letting stuff like that go too far,
They
and
do.
that's how everything get all
Caught all
confused.
up, yeah.
But if you catch it from the beginning, look, why you can't be just doing that? I mean,
So I'm glad I
somebody
got.
might see that.
I'm
Somebody
glad
might
I got
see
my
that.
man, because let me tell you, he carved out a closet. He was like, "Baby, this your closet, this your drawer. You put all your toiletries right here." So we was straight up exclusive from the
Eventually,
giddy
I'm gonna
up.
find your girlfriend like that, but until
Yes.
then, that's what it is like that.
Nah, I don't want that. No, thank you, Chad.
Yeah.
Keep your bag in your car.
I don't want that.
Well, I want to,
That I wouldn't like, me personally. I wouldn't like that. Now maybe then women, if you're like that, ladies, chime in, because I wanna know. I don't know what this means. Part of the audition. Let me read some of your comments here. All right, so Demond Spence says you have to be honest. Wendell Weaver says, "Hey Wendell, we went to Clark Atlanta together. CAU in the house." He says if you're dating multiples, it doesn't necessarily mean interviewing. You could be enjoying the process. Okay. Monica Stevens says, "I wouldn't like to hear that either." Right, girl. There's no way you're going to tell me, I'm sleeping with other people. Well, let me tell you something. Who you're not going to be sleeping with? Lachey Primus. You can just take me off your list. You can take me off your list right now. Okay, Tia Tomlin says, "Honesty is the best policy." Kay Nicole says, "I know he dates, but I don't believe it when he says that he sleeps with multiple women." Listen, if they say it, girl, you better believe it. Because they don't say it if they lying. What were they going to say it for? Like, if they say it, you better believe it. All right, so Crystal Jordan says, "We can't hear him." Who can't you hear? Crystal, let me know who. All right, Pinky says, "Be upfront." Exactly. Machete says, "And dating is complicated enough." Yes, it is
My
complicated
mic
enough.
was low. My mic was
Oh,
low.
your mic was low. All right.
I ain't repeating that neither.
Well, basically, what Jack said was he dates multiple women at a time, and he also sleeps with multiple women, and he lets them know, you're not the only one I'm sleeping with. That's what Jack said. And I said, no, sir, to that.
That's
But
pretty
he
much
also said that wasn't the goal. Was
right. That's just part of the audition. See, I mean,
So do you have women who say, it's okay, I'm sleeping with other people too?
yeah, they try me. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
And will they don't make the cut?
Oh well, no. I have to accept that.
Yeah.
I have to accept that. I ain't got to like it, but I have to accept that. But from what I've learned, that eventually they won't be.
Because I want to tell you that I want to say
I'm
that
just being
there is a double standard,
Right.
and a lot of times y'all are okay with dating multiple women, but meet a woman who says I date multiple men, and then she's a hoe, she's a slut, I'm telling you that's what happens.
Yes, men
No,
not like
necessarily
being in
saying she's
rotation.
A hoe or a slut, but the goal is to try to find a woman. My goal is at 40 years old to try to find that woman, and her goal is to try to find that man. But if I'm finding a woman who want to sleep with me and somebody else, I can't help but that's not the woman.
That's not the woman for you, even though you sleep with.
Yeah.
Even though
I'm
you
keeping it real. I'm just gonna be honest. But I'm gonna go with it though. I'm not gonna just cut off right
You
then.
gonna
just
sleep
because-
with her, but she's not gonna be
I'm
number
gonna try
one.
to make it where she's not sleeping with nobody else. I'm gonna keep it
And
real.
is that by performance? What is that?
It's about a lot of things, more than just performance.
just
I mean,
making
that's
sure I'm
definitely
clear.
a part of it, but it's more than that. I mean, like I
Okay.
said, I know how to treat a woman. So
Okay.
I mean, she ain't gonna want to be with nobody else. They're not gonna live up to my standards.
For me, I just rather for it just that stuff to be secretive for that.
You don't even want to go there.
Yeah, right. I don't want to go there.
Right.
Because my thing is because then them dudes mixed reactions and then you're just like distracting on the dating thing like, oh, she might think that I'm a whore or man whore or whatever it is.
You
that
are a man whore. If
So-
you're sleeping with,
so-
listen, hold
so
on,
that's
hold on.
why-
Let me be clear.
but you gotta
if
understand.
You're sleeping with more than one person at a time. I just want to be clear here. More than one person at a time. Meaning
right.
in a week you slept with 2, 3, 4, 5 people. That's a little whorish. That's whorish. I'm sorry. Y'all can correct me if you think I'm
That's a
wrong.
lot of
but I
people,
consider
though.
that to be
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
I consider that to be
Right.
whorish.
I mean,
Yeah.
4 or 5. Like,
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Do you know
Well, I
that
know people
it
that-
goes down though? Please believe it. There's somebody out there that's getting it in like that. You
All
know.
I say
Oh,
is,
yeah.
I just assume we're not exclusive until somebody says we're exclusive. So I assume that until we have that conversation, it's a chance she's dating other people.
That was the best piece of advice. One of my guy friend, he said, until they say that we're together, always assume that they are screwing and seeing somebody else until they say otherwise. And so that's why I don't introduce sex into the picture while I'm dating, because then I don't have to worry about it. My feelings ain't gonna be hurt. I don't feel like I'm auditioning to see if I can get better than Yolanda. I don't want to, I don't want to do that. So for
But
me,
you're celibate.
I'm not. I am celibate by default as of right now. But there was a time period in my life that I was celibate for 6 years, and that was just a personal spiritual choice. That was just for me. Wow. I know.
So you're not. If you met someone today, you wouldn't be celibate until marriage.
Probably not. I think I'm right now where I'm at is just to go with what I feel. If I want to wait 6 months, I'm going to wait 6 months. If I'm going to wait a year, I'm going to wait a year. I'm just going to let my heart speak to me when it feels right versus having a hard number. Mm-hmm. That seems like that doesn't always work very well. But sleeping with somebody like within 7 days, probably not.
Yeah, and my thing is, and listen, I thank you for being honest, everybody. I'm just telling you, me personally, I could not be okay with you telling me you're sleeping with me and somebody else. You can take me out of the picture. There's no way I'm going to be okay with that, period. I don't want to share. Definitely don't want to share the person I'm sleeping with. Because diseases, you can't be comfortable. You can't be your complete self because they doing this. Who did you kiss her? You got all these questions you got to think. That's too much for me. I would not be okay with that. Now I respect your honesty, so thank you for telling these ladies. But things can happen. Condoms can break. There are diseases out here. Right. What if you get 2 people pregnant at one time? It's too much. It's too much to deal with.
All those things.
From a female standpoint,
You can if you cheated, but if you're not cheating, you don't have to worry about that. I mean,
I don't know what he doing. I'm just saying.
We don't have a cheating situation in my house, but for those of you who like it, if you like it and love it, go ahead. I'm just telling you, I couldn't do it or don't want to do it.
There are a few women like that.
Yeah, you just said that women who would tell you they would be okay with it probably wouldn't make the cut with you. You're looking for your ideal.
No, when
woman.
I'm talking about as far as them want to sleep with other men like that too. I mean, it is a double standard.
That do that. Yes.
Yeah, it is a double standard. I'm just being real.
Yeah, I know women who sleep with more than one man. I don't recommend that. Listen, I know a situation where a girl, and she's actually married now. She was sleeping with 3 different guys, and she would go out. This says she go on a date with you, Ricardo. She would tell you, "I'm celibate. I'm celibate. I'm not having sex." But she's sleeping with Joe and Mark and Tony. She's not sleeping with you. That happens. Listen,
he wasn't probably spending the most on the date.
You taking on trips and restaurants.
He the sponsor.
Yes, and that happens. So I'm not putting it all on men. Men, I appreciate you being honest. Yes, I do know that there are ladies who date multiples and they sleep with multiples, just like you all. I'm just letting you know I wouldn't be cool with it. Nicole said she wouldn't be cool with it.
Yeah, the struggle I have is a lot of things when it comes to multiple dating. Like, for instance, I could be on the phone with one guy, the other one is texting me. It's too much for me.
How do you remember birthdays and your favorite color? And
right.
The dating
Apple has a note section. You can write
your
birthdays.
But to me,
I'm just putting that out there.
But I think the dating process isn't. We're not talking about dating someone for like 8 months. Like, we should be getting somewhere after 3 months or so, and you should know, like, you should be able to eliminate somebody in 90 days or so. But
it's just
dating
too complicated for me.
Yeah.
Like, somebody asking me out on the same night, I got to decide, okay, which guy am I going to go out with? Then the type of person, and before I came to Atlanta, I go out in Atlanta because I'm trying to get to know people and stuff like that. But for the most part, I go to work and I come home. So if I'm dating 2 people and both of them ask me out, and I decide, of course, to go on one, and the other one I have to tell him. I don't like to lie, and I have to tell him, I got something to do. He knows, most likely, from knowing me, you ain't got nothing to do. So it's too complicated. Yeah.
You just say you have plans.
Yeah. See, I don't know.
And he shouldn't be asking you no detailed questions because he don't go with you. Y'all just dating. You
right,
grown. Exactly, Dante, because y'all are grown.
No, he may not even ask, but in
I
my
got something
head,
to do. If you don't want to know the answer, don't ask me them detailed questions.
No, he may not even ask, but in my head, I feel bad about it, that I'm like,
you're not able to be upfront.
Yeah, so I don't.
No, you don't lie about it, but you don't volunteer the information either.
Right.
I got something else came up I'm going to do. You want to go to ask some details, then he get it. And he'll know next time don't ask you them details like that.
Here's my problem. What you do in dating transfers into the relationship and also trickles down into the marriage. You're starting this situation off playing two people. You're starting the situation off not being completely honest.
You don't play them. You don't play them.
If you with me today and her tomorrow, you playing us.
No. Because this the difference. What I'm telling you about. Because I keep it 100. I let them know. I don't go and volunteer and say, hey, I got a date 2 days with such. You know what I'm saying? But they know the situation where I'm dating other people. So don't ask me if I say I got something to do. They pretty much know. I'm not gonna ask detail because he'll tell me, and then I ain't gonna want to know.
Are you kissing these people?
I don't kiss.
You don't kiss.
Oh, this is my girlfriend or something.
So kissing is reserved for a special someone.
Yeah, and don't get it wrong. Like if you
But
got
sex is okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can have sex with her. Backwards. Right.
Yeah.
Well, some people find sex.
I know,
some people find
I
kissing
know
more intimate.
It can seem like that, but
intercourse.
it's kind of different when you put a rub on. To me, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm having sex with these women with no protection. To me, kissing with it's just a different
So
thing.
that's just for your girlfriend.
You're right.
Okay, I'm clear. What about you? You kissing when you dating all these multiple women?
Okay, first of all, I'm not dating multiple women. I'm just saying this is like in theory.
Oh, this is a theoretical conversation.
So I'm not dating anybody right now. I just want to.
Oh, you're not dating multiple women.
Not at the moment.
But you're okay with the opportunity.
Yes.
Okay, if the opportunity came along, you'd be okay with it.
Have you done it?
Yes.
But you are currently not dating multiple
Correct.
women. Okay.
He ain't having no fun right now.
Right. Let's clear this up.
Oh, that's all right, homie.
So
That's all right.
right now, you're not dating anyone.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. When you were dating multiple women, were you kissing all of them? Because sometimes kissing
Yes.
can happen on the second date. You know,
Little pecks are okay.
I don't want you kissing me and kissing her and kissing her. I don't want that. No.
It kind of happens. You know, if it happens, it happens. But it's not something that I take off the table or anything like that. But it's
on the table.
I'm open to it.
Okay. And
I'm open to
Corey, are you kissing multiple women when you're dating multiple women?
You see my soft lips? Yeah.
You will?
Yes, it's kissing. I mean, come on, really? Like, I mean, we can go back to high school. We were
And
all
that was
kissing
wrong.
everybody.
No,
Like,
in high school,
so
if
now
you
all of a
kiss-
sudden, because I'm in my late 30s, early 40s, I can't kiss everybody now.
No, in high school, if you kiss somebody all together.
And you know how it went down.
That's how it was in high school.
Right.
You know how it went down up the street at CAU now. Come
Right.
on now. Like, I mean, I just can't stop that pattern of me getting to know women, multiple women at the same time. I mean,
call me a prude, but in high school, whoever you were kissing, that's your boyfriend. And I'm the same way today. I'm
Really?
sorry. Yes. I'm not just kissing multiple people. Because,
I'm with you on that.
kissing is intimate, just like
me,
sex.
yeah.
They're both very intimate.
Kissing is more intimate than
Well, I don't know about
I mean,
that. But they're both intimate. They're both
It
intimate.
is.
to me.
I think kissing puts it to another level. I can have sex without kissing.
Well, you
It's
But then
better-
how do you do
it's better
foreplay if you
with
don't
it.
kiss? I don't get that. You just go
That's
straight
a
in.
whole nother
See,
discussion.
I mean,
I'm like,
if I'm not kissing, I'm not doing that to them.
Oh, you're not doing that either.
Not to everybody.
And
Oh,
then,
well,
are those
see, well,
people
that-
doing it to you?
What are we talking about again?
Oh no, I'm just
Well,
saying,
it's a
well,
certain-
then there's no romance.
Different
Then I'm
There's a
not
certain
gonna
level of
put you on the
kissing.
table to even date if you're not gonna even like try to please me. That's just a very self-focused.
I think
view.
there's levels in dating. I think you start off as all an audition, but you go through different levels. You might go to we're dating, we're just going out to eat. Then we might get to a level where we're having sex, and we might get to a level where we're doing oral. But it don't just jump like that to me.
It's not all
It's
in
levels
one
to this thing.
package.
Yeah. So when I say dating, it's different levels. We
But
can
when
start
you
off-
date and
Y'all
have sex,
get
you're
ready.
just going
If you're
straight
gonna
in.
date
though.
Jack,
I guess that's
there are
the-
levels to this. That's what
He's
you
just
need
going
to know.
straight in, and he's kind of forgetting the rest of the woman's body.
Nope. I would have to show you. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, boy.
Oh man.
I don't know if you're ready, Angela.
Don't.
No, I'm a
don't-
kisser.
Don't
so
think about
that
the
doesn't even-
traditional.
My thing with kissing is the fact that you have certain kisses where you just make a peck. Those are just like, hey, I'm
Right.
happy, I'm enjoying myself. You're a good person. Now, when you tongue kissing,
Right.
that's a little deeper level, and that's more towards, oh wow, like I really get that feeling that this may be somebody that I might have to settle or,
Right.
try to calm myself down towards making that next move. So, I don't think like kissing is, multiple people. That's fine because you may just have a peck. And I had that
what
one.
if you tongue kissing? Because when I say kissing, I meant tongue kissing. I didn't
Oh,
mean
okay.
kiss.
Right.
So can you tongue kiss more than one person at a time, like her, and
See,
her?
You can do it, but I don't. You know,
You don't really do
right,
that.
I don't do that.
So
no.
so for you, when you tongue kiss somebody, that's a level of intimacy.
That's level, yes.
Okay, that's what I think too.
Okay.
I don't think it's you don't tongue kiss every Tom, Dick, and Harry walking by.
Right.
You know, so to me, that's like it means something, right? It should
Right.
mean something.
Yeah.
It do. That's another level.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. Y'all are off the chain.
Tongue kissing is so temporary.
Come over, Dante, so they can see you.
Tongue kissing
Come
is
over so
so
they can see
temporary.
you.
Once you with somebody, you don't tongue them no more.
I don't know what you talking
It's
about.
all
Dante.
pets.
Dante,
Yeah,
what kind of relationship
once
you
you
been
with
in?
somebody, ain't no more tongue, man.
Dante,
It's
you in the wrong relationship,
it's
boo.
not. Ain't no more tongue. It's
You-
like, all right, see you later. Mwah.
You in the wrong relationship.
That's it.
Your
Hey, how you
relationships-
doing?
Your
Mwah.
relationships lack intimacy.
That's it.
And that's not the show for today, but one day I'm going to have to go there.
Lack intimacy.
Yes, sir, because it's got to go down.
That's it. That's
It's
like
got to go
people
down.
So
focus
many
on the
women
tongue.
need
Like
that to
you
get
just
started, though.
Yes.
So you
Yeah,
have
it's
to.
temporary.
No.
You use it to get
The
to a
intimacy
certain
doesn't
point.
stop once
It's
you
like
get in a
your tongue
relationship.
is the key to a certain point. This
No.
opens a door.
But if
You're in the wrong
But if you
relationship.
actually love
once that door is open, it's forever open.
You're in
But
the
that
wrong
tongue,
relationship.
that
You know,
tongue
you
kissing
use
can
your
lead to a
tongue for
lot of
other
things. You know,
not kissing.
You do use it for kissing, and you in the wrong relationships if that's what you think.
Why?
And then plus relationships about give and take. So if your partner likes that, then just like some women don't like to give BJ's.
she doesn't.
But they do
right.
it because
And
it makes their
that's the
partner
wrong
happy.
relationship to be in. That's what y'all need to be talking about.
We're not talking about that today. Today we're talking about dating multiples. But Alicia just posted a question. She says, yes, it is very overwhelming to date multiples. But when you have multiple interests, how do you choose? Do you have to date before you eliminate? Is there another way to figure it out? Help me out. I don't subscribe to dating to eliminate. So what that means is I go out with him, next, go out with him, next, go out with him. That's what most people do in this single community. Most people date to eliminate. I don't. Well, what it is you're gonna always find something wrong with everybody, and you're gonna keep. You can go through a whole year and have dated 60 people, and none of them met your standards.
You just find out who got the most stuff wrong with them and get rid of them who got the
Listen,
most stuff right.
There is an 80-20 rule. Nobody's gonna have 100 because you
Right,
don't have
I understand
100.
that. You just go after that.
So you get the 80
60.
and you build on the 20. You're not gonna get
Close to
100.
at least 50.
But what for me? So everybody has their thing that's important to them. So I think you find that thing. Right. What's important? I want a family. What's important? He's hardworking. She's faithful. She's a good mom. Like you find the thing that's important, and you can build.
I agree.
On these other things. But what happens is people are like, no, they need to look like this, make this type of money, cook, clean, bake, sew, like whatever your list is, and you look for that in everybody, and you're not going to find it. Because guess what? She doesn't exist. The person who exists, and I talk about that in my book, compatibility versus likes. Most people get so caught up in finding someone that's that they think that fits their list, and they end up with no one. That's what happens. You can date 60 people in a year. I know people who do it. Boom, boom, boom. They're dating like 4 or 5 people a week, and they run through them all, and at the end of the year, still have nobody because they're dating to eliminate. And what you have to realize is that true love is built, not found. You find somebody, and you say, you know what, this is a good guy. He's hardworking. He's loyal. He's faithful. Let's rock. And you build it. You build the rest of the stuff, and you say, okay, I want a family. You want a family? Okay, let's have a family. And you build it. That's what our grandparents did. That's what our parents did. They didn't sit out here dating, trying to find perfection. It doesn't work like that. But keep going. Date for sport, and check with me next year and let me know how you're doing.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, whoever. Keep doing it. Keep doing it because that's what people. When I talk to single people all the time, that's what I hear. Yeah, I go on dates all the time. I go on 3 or 4 dates a week, and they just eliminate every person, everybody that comes along. They're eliminating them. They're never finding satisfaction. One, they don't know what they need. They haven't decided what they need, and so that way, when they meet the person, they don't know this is what I need. If you break it down to something simple, like for me, because of my previous relationship, I knew that I wanted somebody who loved me and my son. That was my basic qualification. I need somebody who loves me and my son. And I knew if you love me, I felt I could build on the rest. You love me, you love my son, I can rock with you. Because, to me, that comes with you not cheating on me, you not beating on me. That comes with it, loving me. I wanted somebody who loved me completely. And that's what I did. That's how I built mine. So, everybody, I think you just find the one thing that's really important to you. You get that, and you build the rest. But people are looking for perfection in all these people. That's why you're dating so many people, and you're still ending up by yourself, because you're not going to mind it like that. That's just my personal, professional opinion. But go ahead and take with it what you want. Let me read some other comments, and we're going to jump back in. Machete said, nothing is the same as when our grandparents did it. A lot of our grandparents were in unhappy marriages. I don't think that's the best standard to use. And I agree with you. A lot of them were in unhappy marriages. But what I meant is longevity, a standard of longevity versus nothing at all, which is what we're having now. That's where I was coming from with that. Yes, Reginald, no one is perfect. Hey, Sora Sherelle, she says, good stuff, Shay. Thank you so much for your support. All right, y'all, so we're talking about dating multiples. Do you date multiples, and what's your technique? So now I need to talk about this technique here, because it sounds like y'all have some special skills to date multiple people at one time. That is what I want to understand, because how does this work? How do you know she likes pasta, he likes spaghetti? How do you figure it out? How do you know who likes what and stuff like that? What's your technique? Or you going to speak on it, Frank?
Yeah, I can speak on it.
Okay, what's your technique?
Well, the first thing that I try to generalize is just seeing how much of a bond that we can make. That's the first thing. Seeing if we have the same likes, and seeing if we have the same, let's say, if we want to have a future. Because sometimes, like, I look at it like this: like, some people, they want to date, and that's just where they want to be at. They might have came from like a wall where you have to kind of like help them get over their healing phase. So it's kind of like they just trying to date. They're not trying to be serious with somebody because they just got hurt. So that's where they were at in life at times. So that's kind of like, okay, well, let me go ahead and, fall with the dating, and still at the same time.
What's your technique for dating multiple? So you're dating 3 women.
Okay.
What's your technique? How do you do that?
Well, what I would do is pretty much just go out with, I would say, I'll go out with one, and then what I would try to do is just have me, I don't really have a particular technique in it. What I would do is just know that, okay, well, if this person I'm dating more than like maybe 2 times or 3, and I don't see it going forward, then I would have to start the elimination process.
So audition, you talked about
the audition, yes.
All right, so what's included in the auditioning? What are you looking at?
What I'm looking at is just basically like how well, like I said, if my characteristics of, her being fun, is she enjoying, are we, basically like laughing, just things that are compatibility-wise, if we can connect. Because you should be able to know if you're connecting with a person within the first or second date. So it shouldn't take about 4 dates, 5 dates, and so on.
To figure out if there's a connection. You're looking for a connection.
Right.
All right, so the audition process. What are some things that you have eliminated women for?
Well, I eliminate women for, depends on, like, calling, and, it depends on our schedule.
They call you?
Yes.
Okay, so they pull your phone up, they get eliminated.
Right. Just all in that, hey, where you at, and what you doing? Or, they're sit up there and they don't have set times that, they would say, okay, I do work, but then it's going back to what Nicole was saying. It's like you don't do nothing after you work. So now I'm figuring out that, oh, okay, well, you're spending less time with me, and you're spending somebody with somebody else. So now
you
your
learn
energy
their patterns to see what they're doing when they get off work.
Yes.
Oh,
it could
Lord.
be something like that. so now like, okay, well, you're dating, yes. So now I'm kind of like, okay, well, now you got me in a hinge because you dissed me on this weekend.
So if she says I'm not available this weekend to you, that might mean she's dating somebody else.
Probably so, yes. So that time.
Really?
Yes. Or
interesting.
But that should be cool because you're doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Well, then that's what I said.
It's
then that's when I go.
Though.
Right.
They want to do it, but they don't want you to do it.
Right. But then that's what makes me go out and be like, okay, well, Saturday night I'm out with my friends, and I'm still single, and I'm just dating. I meet a girl, and that's another date, probably within a week.
So wait. So if she tells you, okay, let's say you meet a female version of Jack. So you go out with her, and she's like, look, Franklin, I like you and all, but I'm dating other people, and I'm probably sleeping with them too. If I like it, I do it. So what you gonna do? You gonna stay with her or not?
I'm gonna kind of say, are you ready to settle and slow yourself down with all these people?
Are you ready to settle and slow yourself down with all these people.
But
Maybe he's on the other side.
right.
How you gonna be talking to her like, are you ready to settle? Are you ready to settle?
See, the difference of it is just because, I always think that females can find men more faster than males.
That's so not true.
So-
Y'all can
so-
find women
so
faster
I-
than we can find
I-
men.
I think it means that y'all can get dates easier.
Easy, yeah.
That's what you think?
Yeah.
That's not the case. There are more
So-
women sitting at home by
Atlanta,
themselves
they can.
on any given night
Because-
than there are men.
But how many of those women had told
Right.
some guy no? And probably had some.
That's
some
what
guy,
you think? You really
Yeah.
think that women have more opportunities to date than men?
I think they get more offers today.
Well,
That's what you
yes.
think.
I think they
Yeah.
get more offers
Ladies,
today.
chime in if you get more offers.
Yes.
That is
Well,
not
I don't
true.
think so,
Right.
Especially when we are
Nobody asked
dating,
me out.
When we
Yeah.
are dating
Right.
multiple women at the same time, that's the biggest thing. Well, I know you're dating. I could be at home watching Grey's Anatomy by myself. I know you with somebody. I'm just at home. Sometimes I do want my own self time. I don't have to always go out and date other people, but that is one of the things when you are dating multiple
You're
women
looking
at the
for
same
that.
time. It's like, I know you with somebody. Baby, I ain't with nobody. I promise you. I can stay on the phone with you and text with you, but I'm going to still watch my TV.
So wait, are you saying that these women accuse you of being with other people?
Yes.
Is this because you have told them that you date more than one at a time?
Yes.
So because you've shared with them that you date more than one at a time, it makes them insecure. What you're doing is you're already setting me up. You're setting me up to have to compete. I don't know who this
That's
woman
part
is,
of the
but I have to-
audition.
No.
It's the casting call.
So
You are.
she's got to compete against the unknown ladies in your life, Lisa and Kim and Tanya. She don't know them, but she's competing against them. Even she don't know what they. Maybe Lisa cooked for him, so let me cook for him. Maybe she had on some lingerie. Let me wear some lingerie. She's competing against these people she don't.
I
even
don't see
know.
nothing wrong with that.
That's what
I mean.
I'm-
You act like that's a bad
I
thing.
mean, like, yeah.
Well,
that's
of
what
course,
I'm
that's
like,
to
that's
your
what I'm like,
advantage.
yeah.
Oh yeah, keep doing it because it works for
But
you.
are you doing the same for her? Do you
Right.
okay? Are you like okay? Let me jump through some hoops because she's probably
Of
entertained.
course.
So you're saying it goes both ways?
Yes, because again, when I do find out that she is going out or something, and she's going to tell me, well, I'm going out on a, I might not be going on a date, but I'm going out. And I know 9 times out of 10 you're going out with somebody. That's going to have me sitting at home like, well, dang, what I got to do to get her back or what I got to do to get her attention back. So that's one of the hoops that I'm going to have to jump through if I am interested in that one.
I see.
So
Yeah,
that's
I do.
part of the hoop
I do agree.
conversation.
Because I actually experienced that a few months ago. Like when a guy really wants to be with you, he's gonna be like, okay, what do you got going on Friday? What you got going on Sunday? What you got going on Monday? Like they're gonna make sure, but
They're locking your time.
they're trying to lock your time. That goes back to that book from a long time ago. The Rules.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was when. Yeah, I read that book. Yeah, and that was one thing they said. But a man that's interested will lock you down. Like he
I
would
will.
be
They
like
won't wait
next
till the
day.
last minute.
He's not
They
gonna wait till the last
the day
minute.
before to ask you out. Don't go out with him.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. She was saying.
No, I don't follow all the rules. I was just referring to the book.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. In my
Your
relationship,
last resort.
let me tell you. In my relationship, the first date we had our date. We had our first date. He invited me over. He cooked dinner, and before I left, he was like, "Are you coming back tomorrow?" So he already had me locked in for the next day. When I came the next day, he cooked again. Like the whole week, he locked me down. I was at his house the whole week. He was winding and dining me, doing things. By the end of the week, he was like, "Let's be exclusive." Shut it down. Like I was actually in a situation before I met him.
In a week?
In a week. He was like, "Shut it down." He was like, "It's just me and you. You can lock that down. Let the dude know it's over." So I did. Hey,
Yes,
it's over.
Yes,
It's over. So, and that's how it's been. So he
Still
did.
drawing.
He didn't play no games. He was just like, "This is what I want. I'm gonna lock her down." They will lock you down if that's what they want. They'll tell you they want exclusivity, and they'll monopolize your time. You don't even have time to be with anybody else because you're with them every day.
I can see that.
Yeah, you do that when it's somebody you want.
I know you asked the question earlier about the technique.
Yes.
I keep notes.
Okay, that's what I want to know. How do you juggle? Because I'm gonna call it juggling. How do you juggle multiple women?
Like I said, I don't do this anymore.
Turn in your playing card.
But you keep notes. Apple has a note section. You can keep birthdays, what they like. I try to, what type of flavor flowers, things like that. With 1-800-Flowers, you could like preset for flowers.
Delivery.
Yeah, you can
Look
have
at this dude right here. I like Mr. Ricardo. Y'all better not sleep on Ricardo.
And I know they consider the audition process. I consider it more like an interview. Like, you don't like, you might want to work for Coke. You just don't start working like, hey, I came to this interview last week. I'm ready to start. Like, no, it's a process. And I think for me, I always assume it's a competition. So I'm always gonna do. I don't worry about the other guy. I'm just gonna do the best date I'm gonna do. Now I don't know, what the other guy does or who the other guy is. I'm gonna do the best date. I can plan. Whatever's fun, whatever she likes. So that's how I kind of, and I accept that, hey, it is somebody else. It could be somebody, like you said, sometimes, don't get me wrong, it has happened where it be like, dang, she ain't calling so much, or she ain't texting so much, and you just kind of,
you kind of know.
You just realize, you just delete the number, swipe, and move on.
That's so sad.
I ain't deleting that. I ain't deleting no number. I call her next month. I ain't deleting no numbers.
Y'all are crazy.
Yeah, something might change. I have a change of heart. Shoot.
So I have some techniques similar to
let's hear your
Ricky. So for the women, what I do is, number one, you put his name in the phone.
So no answer?
No, because you don't know who it is. No. So you put their name. And then for me personally, like, I always keep all the text that I had. So that way, if I forget, I was like, oh, wait, what was it again? Okay, that's right. Just in case. But I will be honest, though, like, when you're dating a couple of guys at once or a couple of women at once, like, people usually eliminate themselves. Yeah. So I'm not talking about a 6-month period. Like, we might not even get to your birthday. Yeah. Like, I don't even know when that, unless it's like that same next day or tomorrow. But usually I'm talking about maybe 2 or 3 or 4 dates, and if there's kind of chemistry there, or if it's not going somewhere. So that's kind of how I keep it. And then, like I said, I don't really say, oh yeah, I'm going on a date with somebody else. I say, oh, I have plans. I'm going to go work out. I got to go to a wedding, just something.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep that in mind. And I have a little secret, I guess.
Secret?
Like I told you, I don't like to lie, so I'm straightforward. So as of yesterday, I decided to start dating 2 guys.
Wait, now people can see my page.
Okay. That's fine.
I'm totally okay.
Just put that out there.
I'm fine. I'm being honest.
Okay.
Corey is one of them.
Oh! You're trying to get in my family.
And the other guys in your group, but yesterday I had a talk with the other guy first. He was like, oh, I have no problem or whatever. No issue. I talked to Corey. He has no problem with it. So both of them know that I'm dating both of them.
She pimping.
No, I'm not.
It sounds like that to me. That's what it sounds like.
They both know because, like I said, I'm going to have a issue. I don't want to. And it just so happened that I really like Corey and I really like this other guy. So I really wanted to get, but this is
you want to get to know both of them.
This is my first time ever doing this, though.
You want to increase your odds.
Yeah.
It's like playing the lottery.
Now both of them got to come with it now.
Well, he already said he gonna step it up.
Okay.
I always compare it to selling a car. Either people have interest in the car. You gotta, you can't just sell the car until you got. What I mean is that you gotta play your numbers sometimes. It's just.
And I feel like culturally it's different. I feel like Caucasian women are definitely told to date when they're in college. They're like, date as many guys as you can and get them out, where I feel like sometimes other cultures of women or black women, from my perspective, oh no, you just date one guy and you wait all the way. And I know for me, when I'm dating 2 guys, I try not to do 3 over 3. Because after that, I don't have time. I don't have time for that. But I know when I do date 3 guys, I'm not all up on him. Yeah. Because that's my problem. Like I'll like somebody and I'll be like, oh,
you're affectionate.
Yeah, well, not just that, but I'll be like calling you, like, when are we gonna go out again? So when you have, no. Well, some guys don't like that. So I tend to attach too quickly. But when I'm dating 3 guys, I'm like, oh, I'm not like, so like, wait, he didn't call today. He hasn't texted today. He hasn't done this today. Because I got other people to distract me. Yeah. But the person that likes me the most, and something I've had to learn through maturity, and actually through you, Shay, as well, is that I just feel like my best me, the right guy's going to like it. And I'm not going to have to jump through lots of hoops and spread my legs 180 degrees or whatever it may be. I just think when the right guy comes along, he's just going to appreciate who I am, and we're going to vibe. And so I try not to think about all the other women. But for me personally, anytime I meet a guy, I always assume that he's sleeping with somebody else.
Oh, we have someone calling. Let's see what's going on. All right, welcome to Conversations with Cupid. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to Conversations with Cupid.
Thank you. This is my first time being here, and I have her online. I'm looking at her online, and I came in late, and I love this dialogue. So,
is this Rhonda?
How does that work?
Is this Rhonda?
No.
What's your name?
C.
C? D.
D.
Okay.
D as in dog.
What's your question?
My question is, I am fresh out of a divorce. So how does one enter the dating scene? And how does one handle intimacy right after a divorce?
Okay.
Date other divorced people.
So what I what I will say to you is, and you know I do offer dating coaching, so you're welcome to follow up with me after the show. You could go on my site, middleclassmatchmaker.com, for that. But what I would say to you is definitely it's time to define who you are and what you want before you can go out and find it in another person. And a lot of people haven't taken the time to do that work, to define what they want, their boundaries, what they will and will not accept, your requirements. I think it's important to do that type of work, and that's what dating coaching involves. Can you turn your radio down? Can you turn it down, Denisha? Can she hear me? D, can you turn your radio down?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, okay. So what I was saying is you have to take the time to discover who you are and what you want, and define, create a blueprint for what you're looking for. The reason why that's important is you're just coming out of a relationship. You also have to deal with your part in the demise of that relationship, as well as, so that you're prepared. I believe in being ready. And I think that there's some work that should be done about as far as being ready. But as far as dating other people, as long as you let them know, other divorced people are great to date because they do understand your situation and they can help you through this process. Intimacy, honestly, I know most of these people are into multiples, but I'm really not. I definitely believe in dating one at a time and being intimate with only one person. I'm a monogamous kind of girl. So for me personally, I would not recommend you sleeping with multiple people. Just,
No.
Yeah. So with that being said, I would just say you want to date one at a time, and definitely someone that you can be honest with. Let them know that you are just getting out of a divorce, and go from there. Anyone else divorced here want to chime in? Corey?
Oh, I'm just saying I was divorced. I don't want to chime in.
Oh, you don't?
But no, it is a very, I would say, delicate situation when you are talking about that. Especially when you are trying to date someone that has never been married before, because they just don't understand it. Like, I think I had a conversation with a female, and she asked, well, do I still have feelings, or would I still have feelings for my ex-wife after a certain period of time? And I said, well, there always will be a feeling of, love for that individual. Now, am I going to be all into them and stuff like that? No, but yes, there will have that residual feeling of love will always be there, especially if you have children involved.
Right.
Most people that aren't married or have not ever been married and divorced, they just can't understand that.
Yeah. And sometimes, I mean, if you've never been even in a long-term relationship, there's some selfishness, right? Because you don't have anybody else to worry about. It's just you. But when you have children and you have an ex-wife, ex-husband, it's definitely some difficult waters. But you can do it. It happens every day. People get divorced and get out there every day. So you definitely can do it. Again, like I said, if you want to follow up with me, you can. And I can help you through that process. Thank you for calling,
Thank
Dee.
you.
Okay.
I have a thing. Going back to where, when you have to stop, like as far as dating wise go, as a man, we try to only do for maybe like not so much, because when you're looking at dating, we have to lead. It's a lot of expense that goes on in the play, because we're out there dating, and we out there have to figure out ways that we can try to, please. But then when we go into the early conversation, when we say friends with benefits, do you date them still if you're having sex with them? And to me, it's like, in a way, you're not really dating them, because that dating is just probably like, okay, you're going just over that person's house, and then y'all going to get in.
Okay,
And
so wait, stop. Let me make sure I'm following you. You're dating someone, y'all have sex. You're saying, are you still dating them, or do they become a friend with benefit? Is that what you're saying?
Well, to me, I would look at they becoming friends with benefits, because then I'm not going to be like, okay, well, let me take you to the movies, or let me take you to, places. Because when I'm looking at dating,
once you have sex, you stop taking them places.
No, I'm not saying that though. No, but I'm not saying that. But you start to be a little bit more. Yeah.
You still gotta eat every night,
But your date's not as far as luxurious. You're not having like the used to dating, spending too much on the dates. You're just more towards, okay, where it's going to go down. So it might be just maybe like y'all order pizza, Netflix night, or something like that.
So let me say
that's
this.
when you get to the friends with benefits.
Let me say this. I think I think you hustling backwards. I think that you do these regularly 3, 4, 5, 6 women that you're dating. I think you just spend $20 on them, spend $30 on them. When you decide to be exclusive with somebody, that's when she gets the I made reservations.
Right. Make reservations. Right.
Yeah, you don't do that with all these random people.
Right.
You do that with the special person. Now, day to day, of course, in the relationship, you're not going to fancy restaurants every night. It's a special occasion thing. You're cooking. You're doing things that's more affordable because it's every day, right? To maintain. But I don't think you go all out for these people who are auditioning. What if they don't make it? Then you spent and wasted all this money, and you wasted all this time.
Well, that's one of the things that it's been always in the groups about the types of dates. Because sometimes
there are levels to that.
Levels, yes.
Groupon.
Yeah, yes. About some people flip out on he's taking me to a gym date, or he's taking me to this, or using coupons. And I understand, as far as dating is not all about the cost. It should be just all about you getting to know each other, as far as in being creative with the way you spend each other's time. But like I said, though, you got to come with 100%. But I'm just saying, when he was saying from before that, when you have the friends with benefits, do you still take them out to those $20 dates, or do they just become that Netflix?
Yeah, if there's no reward for having sex with these ladies better keep their legs closed. Because if you're telling me it stops because we had sex, that's when it's supposed to crank up. What are you talking about? I'm confused. Okay, so wait, you're dating me. We're going on dates. I sleep with you, and you tell me, we're not dating anymore. You better feed yourself before you get here. What? I gave you a part of myself and shared. What you talking about? I don't understand that.
For me personally, I'm the opposite of that. And once I feel because I feel like, not saying sex is the goal, but it's like, how can I say?
It sounds like you're saying that.
It's not the goal, but what I'm saying is, at least I know that I'll get some type of return.
It's gonna be hard for you to get another day after this.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is, it's
what are you saying, Ricardo?
Okay. All right.
Please give him a chance to clarify himself. Let him clarify himself.
All right. So what I'm saying is that we've, how he said there's levels. So obviously we moved on to the next level.
When you have sex.
Yeah. So I was moving to the next level. So therefore, I put more plans into dates.
Yes.
All of a sudden, you're more of a priority.
She should be.
You're saying when you have sex?
Yes.
So what if you're
But what if it's not good? What if it's like then we're
So now we got now you brought up if sex is not good. I think this is another show, but I feel even though they just said it's not, I think that's a part of the audition. You can't tell me that you're having sex with these people and you can't determine who's better, and that's not going to be a part of your decision making for who becomes your girlfriend. I just don't buy that.
Well, it'll be in them, but it ain't gonna be everything.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be. It's not saying that the person with the I have the best sex with is gonna be that one.
Okay,
but it puts her in the lead.
She's gonna get some points for that because you're telling me this pretty princess, a pillow princess. That's what y'all call them. Mm-hmm. And she just, she's not very good in bed, but she's gorgeous. And maybe she doesn't like to cook. She's just
No, that's not.
See,
gonna
no,
work.
see,
You
me.
can't just not be good at bed.
Yeah, yeah.
You ain't not good. Like, I mean,
but she's gorgeous and she's
don't
fine
care.
That ain't even-
and she's got it going on. She's like drop
when
dead
I wake
gorgeous.
up, gorgeous don't feed me in the morning.
Right, I don't. No, it's plenty. No,
That's what I see those women getting wifed every day. Just so you know, they do get.
they
wifed.
getting divorced 2 times a
As
day.
quick as they get white.
2 times a day. Now once that man mature and be like, I just got me old, and she don't even wake up like that.
And then find somebody that cook. Oh, I'm
And then-
waking up
right.
smelling bacon and
The
eggs
mistress
and
gonna get all the attention. The one who cooking and doing what she supposed to do.
Hey,
rub
I'm
your
just
back.
asking questions because I'm trying to understand this dating multiple situation here.
But talking about the cost, that was the problem I was having. I was like, because the other guy that I'm dating, I told him yesterday, I said, well, that's my concern. I don't want you spending money on this and doing all this or whatever, and I'm dating someone else. His response was, Nicole, when I'm with you, I'm with you. Whenever I do something, it's because I want to do it. If after the next day you tell me you didn't want to be with me no more, I will say, well, I had a good time with Nicole. And he didn't have issues.
Right.
But there are ways to date.
Without spending a lot.
Economically, but at the end of the day, like even like I've paid for a date for a guy before, and I've asked a guy out. If it didn't work out, I just call it life.
Right.
I move on like it was $20. I can make that tomorrow.
What kind of date you
Like
on?
it's gonna be okay. Like if you're only like okay, I'm gonna give out $20,
That's not a date,
and
that's-
if, hopefully this will get. And you're always gonna be bitter to me.
Yeah.
I always think so. You have to give and do what you want because you're giving it a chance. But relationships are risk, and you just have to go ahead and do it. Like that's just life, and you have to just suck it up.
So in my book, there's a lid for every pot. Can you see it? All right, there's a lid for every pot. It's a dating guide for single professionals. I have a little excerpt about dating multiples. It's in chapter 11 under Expectations Venus. This is a chapter written to ladies. I also have one called Mars, the chapter before. But in this book, I want to read just a paragraph. I have dating more than one man is perfectly fine. This is to my ladies. Again, dating more than one man is perfectly fine. I don't recommend dating more than one man at a time, but let's be honest. Men weigh out their options, and so should you. However, be honest about your dating situation. When I met my man, as I just shared with you, he wined and dined me and told me that he wanted to be my man. After the way he pursued me, cooking for me, giving me a pedicure, detailing my car, I ended the previous situation and we became exclusive.
We all would have done that.
Right. He jumped through hoops that 1 week that I was in a situationship, months longer than that. And that boy had never had a candlelit dinner. Never done any of the things that my man did. So
I have to ask.
for that week he did, and we've been
But I
down
think
ever
that's the
since.
exception,
What's your
not the
question?
rule. Most men are not trying to do that.
This week
nowadays.
he did all this. Is he still continuing to do all the stuff he did in that week?
Today.
Mhm.
He details my car every week. He just this weekend he cleaned the car. He shows me love through acts of service. That's just his personality. That's who he is.
Okay.
That's his love language. So he does those.
So that
kinds
wasn't
of things.
just a representative he sent out there first
No,
week. Okay.
that's who he is, and that's why we still together. No, he shows me love through acts of service. So he's still very much the same. He's very much the same way.
You got to be careful sometimes. Sometimes that week that be that representative. You don't
Right.
you got the representative that week. You know, cut off your other situation, and now he back to the real person.
Right. No, I think we had our chemistry was just so strong, and we just was. I mean, because in order for me to give up what I was in before and know that okay, I'm gonna do this, it had to be more than just what he did. I had to see I'm trying to think of, it was 4 years ago. I'm trying to think where I was. I was in the mindset of, okay, you want to do this? Want to be exclusive? Let me cut it off. Because I didn't want to be in a situation without a title. I like to be claimed. This is my woman. This is my man. I like to have it defined. I don't want to be sleeping with you and you selling me we not in a relationship. I don't want that. That doesn't work for me. So he gave me what I wanted. I knew up front, this is what I wanted. So yeah, that's how it's been. It's been 4 years. So
Well, I think everybody would like to just hit it off in 7 days and be like, yeah.
I know, right?
I think I would love to just meet somebody and go to Cancun and meet somebody. Oh, hey, let's
it does
let's be
happen.
together.
It does
No,
happen.
it does.
It happens
I
every day.
don't think that's the majority.
I for that for a week.
It happens every day. But can't do that if you're dating. Okay, if he was dating more than one person, then he wouldn't have been available the next day, and I wouldn't have been available the next day, and then we wouldn't have been able to do that. So the only reason we were able to do that is because we were focused on each other only. And spending time with each other every day after work. As soon as I got off work, I came over there. Like, before I picked up my son, anything, I came over there and we hung out. So
that's the full court press, huh?
Yes. And that Sunday, he was like, the end of that week, I was like, well, I'm just getting out of church. I got to get my son something I got to get him something to eat. He was like, I'm cooking, bring him over. Met my kid. We just like hit it off. Like, everything was running on all cylinders. Like,
but I think that can happen when you're dating multiple people. I think, you can meet someone and you're like, boom, everybody else is off. Everybody is just,
do you think the man makes a decision on exclusiveness?
Definitely.
Yeah,
I talk about that in my book. Let me pull that up while we're talking. Because let me tell you, I have a chapter called "It's a Man's World." Ladies are gonna hate me, but this is a real deal. Let me tell you the truth. It's the man's choice. At the end of the day, you can like him, but if he doesn't like you, it's not going to happen. You can want to have sex, but if he doesn't want to have sex with you, it's not going to happen. You can want to be in a relationship, but if he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you, it's not going to happen. You can want to get married, but if he doesn't want to get married, it's not going to happen. It's a man's world. The man drives the relationship at all times. Right. A lot of women want more from this dude, and he's like, nah, that he calls the shots. You might not like it, but that's what happens.
And it goes back to the point when you said that women get lots of offers, but they don't get offers for marriage. No. That's two different things. Like, anybody can go out here and get a date, but when it comes to marriage, though, that's where men really hold the cards. I agree. Even though I don't like it, but it's true. It is true.
Because we've all met men that we liked, but they didn't make the next step, and there's nothing you can do about it. You like him, but if he don't make the next step, what can you do?
Get married to somebody else.
Which is what happens. But I mean, like, you can't make him do it. It's like either he does it or he doesn't. You know.
And you can be doing everything and still not go anywhere.
You can be turning tricks. Right. You can be washing clothes. You can be cooking. If he don't want you, it's nothing. It's not gonna happen.
You can change his mind. Just keep trying.
Don't listen to Jack.
Try again.
I know too many women who have given their all. Right. I'm talking about they doing it all. They got a little more to give. They turning all kind of tricks. And dude is like, nah, I'm just not ready for a relationship.
And that's why I just don't do sex. That's why I don't do the sex part until I have a commitment. That way I can turn tricks for one.
She's ready to turn tricks. Please call it.
I can't turn them.
I'm just playing. Oh my God. She does teach a pole dancing. And she has a studio, y'all, so she can do all kinds of things. She's waiting on the special one to do it with.
I can do splits in all directions.
Yeah. and she's tiny. Fun size. All right. So Tamara sent me some questions, and I haven't asked you all any of the questions she sent. Thank you so much. She's also produced the show and got all my guests here lined up today. Not produced it, but got the guests lined up today. So I appreciate it. So her questions that she sent me to ask were, how do you decide when to be exclusive? Now, I'm going to ask the men, because it's not the ladies who make this decision, unfortunately. Men, how do you decide when to be exclusive? I'll start with you, Ricardo.
For me personally, when we decide to be exclusive is when I feel like I only want her. Like, I know it's said multiple people. At some point, like I know we've all discussed that, at some point, you know that, hey, that this is the one person I want to be with. There's no need to keep stringing the other person along. So, I don't have a timetable of when that happens. I'm not saying like it's the third date.
But you just realize I don't want anybody else.
Yeah, so I'm not sure when that happens, but whenever that does happen, that's when I make that decision.
All right, Corey, when do you decide when to be exclusive?
That would sound about right. When you know for sure that, hey, I've narrowed everybody down. This is who I really want to be with. So I'm hoping that you ain't still with somebody else. And if you are, I'm telling you, it's like your man told you, hey, you wanted me, here I am. Cut that out and let's go. So that's,
I sent a text, like, let me tell you something. It's done.
It's kind of like what, competition-wise.
I sent a text. I was like, I'm rolling with dudes. You ain't
going to even call like, hey, let's have a talk.
We done, shawty.
At least you said something.
Well,
At least you said something. Most
We
people just-
done.
I ain't
most
never
people
ever
just-
come home again.
mo-
We didn't live together, so it was easy
Most
to
people
do.
just
you know.
fade away on you like, oh, I guess
No, yeah, I don't like the fade away, and I know that's something that happens every day. Ghosting, fading, fade to black, whatever you want to call it, falling back. That happens in our culture, but I do think you should have a conversation and say, this isn't working. I don't feel the chemistry. You don't want to leave somebody hanging, and I have been left hanging. I'm sure most of you have, like somebody, and like, why he stopped calling?
Right.
Stop texting. What happened? You want to know? Tell me what happened. Go ahead.
I look at it like, she's the one that I'm looking for, because I don't look at it like, okay, well, at this point in time, this is who I met compared to these 3 other women, so I've got to choose which one. No, it's just the fact that if I'm going to go in and first of all and date multiple people, it's who I have beforehand. Until that woman stopped me, I'm going to keep going on and on. And then once, I find that one, then I'll stop dating multiple people and I'll make her exclusive, because I found the one that I feel as though can be marriage material, because I think she can make me to the end of the road. So
You're looking for Mrs. Brown.
yes.
All right. So we've already asked you, do you disclose that you date multiple people? Angela, as a woman who dates multiple, do you tell men that you date more than one at a time?
I do. I try to be honest, but I really I dislike when men like, well, who else are you dating? And I'm like, I don't ask men that, because I always assume that you're just dating other people. If you're dating, then you're just dating. So when guys do ask me, they do get funny acting. And they're like, and so I get the question that you said earlier. So are you really serious about being in a relationship? I was like, didn't I just tell you that I'm dating because I want to get married, I want to have kids, and all that? And they're like, yeah, but if you're dating more than just me, I'm like, oh my goodness. So now I just lie. You're the only one that I'm dating. I just lie by omission, because like they don't like hearing it. And so every time I try to be honest, and I always let them know that I'm not sleeping with anybody else. I'm just dating, and it's just to get to know people. But the guys just don't seem to. They don't like it.
I can tell you why though. Why I think the thing is, I think why guys get uncomfortable with that, because we're spending money. Like this guy, I'm not saying he spent a lot. I don't know what the guys do or whatever. But it's like all of a sudden I'm trying to put my best foot forward. I'm spending whatever amount on dates, and all of a sudden I find out you date somebody else, and he could be coming through with the Little Caesar pizza.
Because that's who she really likes. So
and
he doesn't have to spend a lot of money.
So also he's coming through with Netflix and chilling, and I'm up here at Andretti spending $30, $40 on these races, and all of a sudden I'm
at home looking at Grey's Anatomy saying thank you.
Exactly. I dropped her off at the house, and he comes an hour later, and
Well, that just goes, but that just goes.
It's the perception of being cheated.
Yeah.
Like I'm cheated. I'm cheated. I'm being cheated out. I'm spending this money, and the other dude probably not spending anything.
Yeah, I think that's the dilemma why guys kind of get.
So I'm gonna tell you this: I have matched men with women, and the men have contacted me to say, she not serious. She dating all these dudes. She talking to this dude. She not even serious. In their minds, the women are not serious if they're dating more than one man at a time.
But how can we go through the audition process without them going through the audition?
I'm just telling you how y'all are. Y'all have a double standard. Typically, this is in general. In general, it's okay if I date as a man. If I date more than one woman, but a woman who's dating more than one man, she loose. She not serious. She's a hoe. I'm just telling you this is
right.
The
that's
kind
the
of
mentality.
This is the mentality.
And I think
a lot of men feel like that, and they'll say that you're not serious because you're dating more than one.
And I think sometimes what that happens is men start thinking from their perspective, like, well, I'm sleeping with Yolanda and Stacy and like that, so she's got to be doing that. Where not all women are. I mean, I know for me personally, in my circle of friends, like we sleeping with multiple guys is just not going to happen. It's just we get pregnant. Yeah. And so we want to know who the father is.
Can I
don't want to be on Maury, like
right. Like I don't want to be like going to the doctor, like, well, I don't know who the father is. I got to do all that. Like, so I don't want to go through that whole situation. Yeah. So so for me, like I'm and I'm not saying there's women out there who don't sleep with multiple men. I'm not saying that, but in my circle of friends, that's a big concern. And then being a nurse and diseases and stuff like that. Like we got to go get tested. We got to do all that before we get up in here.
I personally would welcome that type of response, especially once she told me she's not having sex with him though, because I think most women are dating people are dating somebody anyway. So when a woman be like, no, I ain't seeing nobody. Most of the time, my mind like, she probably
right. So it's better just to assume.
Tell me, yes, I'm dating. I'm like, okay, honest, this she. I go with that. I actually like that. Because I think you are anyway. So.
And if she says she's not sleeping with anybody, then you're that's
cool. I like that better. Because I mean, okay, I got a chance to find the honest one right here. I like that. I like when they keep it real like that. Okay. So that's kind of a turn on me.
Also for the fact that we're on an even playing field. Whoever that other guy is, we at the same point in this race, and we're. Yeah. Nobody's being cheated in a sense. It's fair competition.
And I know for me personally, when I am dating multiple guys, I don't try to do all the expensive dates. Even though some guys will still try. They're like, oh, let's go here. I'm like, oh, let's just go for coffee. Yeah. I mean, but they try to talk me out of it, and then I don't want to be rude. Right. Yeah. Because if he wants to take me to a nicer place or a more expensive place. But again, I think spending money just goes back to that's just life. I mean, may the best man win. I mean, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah. All right, let me read some of y'all's comments here on Facebook. All right, so I'm trying to catch up. Y'all are just typing so fast. I'm never going to catch up. All right, Jay said, them boys wild. I think he's talking about y'all dating multiples. So I definitely want to hear Jay's perspective. Let's see what Jay had to say. He said, the man chooses the woman. When he decides to make you his wife, he is choosing you. When he gives you his last name, his ring, he is choosing you. And I just like the way Jay phrased that, because that sounds like, that's official right there.
Sounds honorable.
Yes, I've chosen you. Okay, so Raymond says, yes, let's do coffee. Great. I know myself, so it doesn't bother me if women are dating multiple. Okay. Right, Tafoya, I like the way Jay said that. Ono says condoms work. Okay.
To Shay's point, when she said condoms break and things of that nature, the only thing is 100% is abstinence. That's the only thing. And I'm a nurse. I have told people that they've had HIV before and all kind of stuff and diseases. Like I use something, I'm like, but there's no 100% foolproof. I understand that condoms work. I know.
Well, so many people have sworn they were wearing a condom and they're babies and they're all
they are lying. Yes, they are lying.
And at some point the condoms come off, and we all know at some point you get comfortable sleeping with this person. And the condoms come off. I don't want y'all to tell me, no, it never happened. I told you,
it's from the beginning, ask for that paperwork. First time we think about having sex, ask for that paperwork. I keep mine in the nightstand. Ask anybody, I keep mine in the nightstand.
Y'all have already... Y'all get serious.
I don't see how you can
I have mine online on a PDF.
Okay.
I can pull it up. Okay. Yes. Because this is what happens when people start putting sex before their other brain.
Right.
Then you run into, now I got a child out of wedlock. Now I got this. Now I got that. Now you backtracking.
Yeah.
Hey, Shay, I got a question of a topic. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you're dating each other and that person, either the male or female, initiate the date, who do you think should pay at that time?
The person who initiates.
The person who initiates.
Is it the first date?
Yeah, first date, maybe second.
I think honestly, and this is
should be 50-50.
I'm not letting her treat on the first date.
Yeah, I'm not.
First date should be paid for by the man.
Should be 50-50.
No, the first date.
I'm not letting her pay for my food on the first date. I'm not.
The first date should be paid for by the man, and I know there are people, and sometimes you might get into a situation where she insists on paying, or she insists on going half. But when you ask her out on that first date, be intentional about. You should go into that date. When you've asked her out, you should go in with the mindset that you're paying for it. First date should be paid for by the man. Now, once we are starting to date, then I might say I got this, or I'll take you out. But the first date, go ahead and handle that.
Yes.
And that's in my book as well. I have like a lot of little rules and stuff. So especially for people who are just getting divorced. Monisha said, "Here we go, Dutch till we touch." There was a guy.
I like that.
There was a guy, Mike. His name is Mike Q. He's on Facebook too. But he said he does Dutch till we touch. So if you're not sleeping with him, you going Dutch. As soon as y'all sleep, he said as soon as we sleep together, that's when I'll pay for it. Because he said it gets expensive. And he, that's his perspective, but that's not what I have.
Sex, not even just kissing, touching,
he said,
rubbing, just full blown sex.
Yes, because he says some women date to be because they're hungry. So I'm hungry.
But that's all part of the game. That's the part of the game.
That's so frustrating.
To figure out, because sometimes you do be dating the woman just might want you because whatever money she think you might have for the meal or whatever. That's the whole part, the whole game to me, the whole figuring that out. That's the chase I love. That's why I couldn't just pay for it.
But that's why you do dates that don't sit around food.
I like that whole chase. I like that dating. I like going out with her not knowing if she, I like trying to figure it out. Let's go on a date and figure it out.
Right. So ain't there game of dating?
I mean, I guess you can say it like that. I mean, that's why I couldn't ever just give no girl no money and say, hey, give me some. I mean, I'm saying it happens. Because I need to know. I need to have that date. I need to have that.
But you're paying for sex anyway.
Yeah, no. You have a.
You paying for sex? No. If you're dating, let's break it down. Let's break it down. If you're dating her, Angela said 3 months. You're dating 3 months. You've invested. You've paid for it. Yes, you have. You
okay, let me break that down.
For 3 months.
There's 2 different ways you can go at this. You can pay for the sex, or you can have a sex bill. Now, every man have a. Every man has a sex bill. I mean, when you go on dates and you do all that, the difference is I'm not just giving you some money and say, here, give me some. To me, I just can't, I can't do it. I don't care if it's cheaper to just pay for it. Yeah. I mean, the way they done it, I mean,
wow.
It is. It's definitely cheaper. It's definitely cheaper, but I just couldn't do it. I mean, I like the whole, like I said, the whole game, the whole just seeing if she liked me. I want to know if she really liked me. You know, if I can take her out and, you know what I'm saying, show a little charisma and charm. Not just, here goes some money to give me, no.
Yeah, and I'm not that type of woman. I mean, most professional women aren't, you know, taking lump sums of money from dudes. I know. I mean,
I'm not. That always frustrates me. I'm like, I can make my own meal, like, because I can't get my time back.
Yeah.
Yes.
So therefore, I'm not going to sit and waste time. Like if I know I'm not interested in a guy, I will tell him, like, you know, I'm not interested. I don't want to waste his time.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's not nice, but.
It's not.
It's not nice, and I'm not going to waste my. Most of us can pay our own bills, and we can feed ourselves. We feed ourselves every night. Right. So I'm not dating you to eat. Right. I'm dating you because I want to know if you can.
Or
be my
you can just do a date that doesn't revolve around food, like miniature golf, or go ride a bike. Or now I'm an active person, so I like that kind of stuff. But ice cream, stuff like that. Something where there's no liquor, so the bill doesn't get out of hand.
I can see that.
Or just bring your own bottle.
Yeah, have a picnic.
Have a picnic at Piedmont Park. It's free.
I like to do low cost dates, to be honest with you, because the amount of money you spend is no indication of how much you like me or anything. What I want to know is, can you carve out time for me? Right. Because that's important to me. Right. Are you going to stop what you're doing to spend time with me?
So basically, our issue is money, and the female issue is time.
Yes. Right. Yeah. So give more time.
Not more money.
Not more money. Okay. I think that needs to be a part of your audition, to see if she's really more concerned about the money, or if she's like, why you only spent $30 on dinner? I want to go to a $80 dinner or whatever. I think that's something you need to consider.
Then that's your exit.
Right.
Yeah. That's character.
Because I'm gonna tell you, the best date, and I don't like. I know I'm telling a lot of my business. I really try not to, but the best date, the best thing he did was he had bought like a patio set for his backyard, and he put down a tablecloth, got some candles, invited me over, and we had dinner outside on his back patio. And it was so sweet. He had the radio playing, the candles, the dinner, and I was just like, I'm sold. And it probably cost like $20 to do it all, right? Yeah. It's not the money, it's the effort, it's the time, it's the thought. That meant something to me. I can take you to a $500 dinner tonight. I don't care about that. Right. What I care about is that you took the time to think about me and plan this. That was important to me.
And if you're meeting women like that, then that's probably not a good choice for you.
It's not.
You should probably but sometimes not all men, some men will get so wrapped up in the body and this and that. They kind of they look past that small little red flag when, if she already said that from the get-go, then that might not be the woman of substance that you are, that you need.
Most women, women of substance, professional women, are not going to be wrapped up in how much you spent on a date, because we can pay for ourselves. That's not a thing. If you're dating a woman who's dating to eat, she might not be professional. I'm just saying.
She might be a pro of something.
She might be a professional in another, But
I usually figure that type of stuff out in the first date, though.
Yeah.
You really can.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's part of the game. The first date, you can see if she's genuinely interested or she just out there. You pretty much can peek that.
Yeah, you can tell. And the same, and on the other end, men who ask about sex initially. You can tell that up front. That might be a red flag too, ladies. I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't find out if you're sexually compatible. I think sexual compatibility is huge. It is absolutely huge in a relationship. But while he's auditioning and interviewing all these people, if the first conversation is, what's your favorite position? Do you like to go there? If he's asking you questions like that up front,
It's a teenager.
you might be.
Oh no, I've had a guy ask me that.
Really?
He was like, so
Initially, throughout the dating
the
process.
first date, we
Yes.
went out to dinner, and he asked me. He was like, "So, what's your thoughts on threesomes?" I'm like, "What?"
Wait.
He was like, "I was like, why are you asking me this?" And he was like, "Well, you know, my other
Joking.
girlfriend, she just wasn't into trying different things." I'm like, "Okay, well, that's not my thing," and check.
We're done.
And
In
I did,
connection-
and I did pay for my half, like I said, because
You
when
asked for the check immediately.
pretty much, yeah, oh yeah, like
Food
I
that
don't,
came out by the time he had
no, and it was so funny. He was like, he asked me, he was like, "Am I getting another date?" I'm like, "Absolutely not."
Oh wow.
I was like, "But good luck to you," and you trying to find,
But there
but
are
that's
women-
inappropriate.
There are
Like an
women.
For me, it was
process.
inappropriate.
You know, there are women who like that. You know, there's a lid for every pot. That's what I always say. There is somebody who likes that. It's just not going to be the majority of us. Most women are not going to be okay with that conversation. Just like most men are not going to be okay with the financial. I had a girl, she went on a date with the guy, and on the first date, she said, "Well, how much do you make?"
Right.
Like, don't ask that question up
Right.
front.
Right.
Like, that's not appropriate. Now, if you're really good at what you do, you can kind of pretty much figure that out without
Right.
asking the question. You can say, well, you know, do you have a degree? Well, how long have you been on your job? What's your position? And you can pretty much get an idea. Now, if you can't figure it out, that means you might not be professional yourself, because most of us can kind of gauge
Yeah,
it.
you can
kind of
figure it
gauge
out.
based on experience and education and okay, how long you been on your job. You can kind of gauge it. But if you got to come out and say, how much do you make? No,
Right.
no, that's not tactful. And listen, so her thing was, well, I need him to make a certain amount of money if we're going to be together, but you're not together. This is your first date. You're not together yet. So that's a conversation you have as time goes on. It's not a sex and money. Don't even bring it up on the first date. Now, do you need to tell somebody? And this is another conversation. We'll talk about first date questions later, but celibacy, I do think that's something you might want to share early on, because some men will feel cheated if, like you were saying in your situation, let's say you've been whining and dining her, 2 months now, and you like, you at the house, y'all just Netflix and chill, and you making your little moves, you kissing, and then she's like, I'm celibate. At some point, do you feel a little slighted that you should have known, or does
I'm
it
gonna
matter?
sell a little bit of that stuff I bought you this last 2 months.
I'm just asking a question.
Yes.
After 1 week, you should know that.
So you feel like you need to know that around 1 week?
I mean, yes. That's
I think people should say it
Definitely.
early on.
Yeah, first.
Not the first date,
Not
but
within the first 3.
No.
But yes.
Within that first week.
Yeah, let it be known. People can feel slighted. I would feel slighted. I would feel slighted too, because what if I'm not celibate? Okay, so
Exactly.
you shared with me that you're celibate. That mean I need to be celibate to be with you?
No.
If I'm not celibate and you are, we might need to part ways early. Let me know
Right.
so we can part ways.
Don't waste nobody's time.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and if you have, and that's something we'll talk about later, but, also if you have a debilitating disease or something, you might want to, I'm just saying.
Like I got,
Don't
Yeah.
string people along. Well,
Like,
don't string people
like
along.
I got this
making them
itch.
think.
Like,
Yeah.
I got this itch that don't go away. I hope
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
Don't string.
Medication.
Oh yeah.
Don't string people along.
It just pops up every now and then.
Okay, Ono says you are not dating to eat, but a lot of sisters will call dudes up because they're bored and want to be entertained, but not really that into them. And I guess it's true. I've heard it from a lot of men that they're not dating. A lot of people are not dating seriously to pursue something. It's just, I'm bored. Let me call up Johnny and see what he doing.
But Shay, but sometimes I think that, and this is where it's a catch-22. Sometimes, women are told like, well, give somebody a chance. So you think, okay, let me go out on a date and see how it goes. And then you go and you're like, okay, no, there wasn't anything in there. And then you don't go out anymore. And I think sometimes people assume that just because you're not going further, oh, she was just bored and wanted to have she wants some chicken. That's sometimes I've definitely gone out with guys who I might not have thought my type. I was like, well, let me just give it a shot because you just never know until you vibe with them in person and see how it goes. And it's to me, it's life. It's just.
Yeah, but that's why the conversation is important, because if you have the conversation, you could say, you know what, Keith, I went out with you and I just don't feel the chemistry.
Right.
That way he knows what it is, and it's not just
He
I
know
was
when you ain't
hungry.
call him back for a month.
No, but he could take it. He could go back and go, she was just hungry, so she called me. Let me make it known, Keith, I'm a nurse. In Angela's case, I'm not going out with you because I'm hungry. I can feed myself. I went out with you because I thought maybe we could have something, and I realized there's nothing. So,
but I think I've learned as I've gotten older that women like that usually, like, I remember how y'all said time's important to women. So a lot of times if you don't hear from her at all until it's time for the date, that's probably most likely not. She's not really, she's just there for the food, the entertainment. Now, if you're not, like, you don't hear from her during the week, you know, that's a sign that I kind of learned over time that, hey,
I have a friend I might just like their conversation, just want to go kick it. As long as you keep it real and keep it honest through all that. I just like your company. I just want to come kick and talk about something.
Now let me bring up something Franklin said earlier. He talked about women calling too much and checking on what you're doing, where you at. So let's talk about like what's appropriate. Okay, so you've met this person, y'all have gone out, you like her, she likes you. How often would you expect to hear from her?
Well, after that, then you want to hear from her a lot, especially if you're at the mutual respect towards y'all want to take it to the exclusive level.
What's a lot?
Well, I'm talking about like you want as many times as she calls me.
No, you said no. You said earlier. You said earlier. Okay. You said earlier. Let me refresh your memory. You said that you eliminated someone because she kept calling you. She called you too much.
Oh, you're talking about at a point of, let's say, for instance,
we had one date.
We had one date. Okay. Well, because there's sometimes I feel as though like you don't really love somebody or like somebody just because you just went on one. One date is pretty much a screening thing. I could be like wow her, but then also you got to be in the respect to be like, okay, well, I'm not desperate. You know what I'm saying? So. When I look at that, that's a sign of desperation. Like you're just like, oh wow, like I met this guy, he has this, or he took me this, and he just won, and that scares. That's scary.
It scares you if she keeps calling.
Right. Immediately, like that. Like I want to say you're safe after, at nighttime, but then if it's like, during daytime, I may have texts or something like that. But if you call me like 10 times, I already know that I got your message. Or I already know that from the first time. So it just seems like, I kind of like, say it's not that desperate. Like I know, maybe I was different from other guys going back to what Ricardo says, that other guys that you're dating might have just looked at you just to, Netflix. And I might have been the only one that, took the time and took you out or something different. Just relax, and so that's why.
What's too much for you, Nicole? To be contacted?
Well, I know like there's guys that contact me while I'm at work and they're study, in my inbox talking to me, have a conversation, but you don't hear from these people in the evening or on the weekend.
They only call during the day,
and they only or they only contact me when they see me put a picture on Facebook. Then I hear from all of a sudden or whatever, like out of the blue or whatever. They remember who I am or whatever, but. If I'm interested, like me and him, we talk every day. Like we text all day long at work. But me and him are interested.
The other dude ain't gonna like
we
that.
can text all day.
Yeah, this is. Let me tell you something that I find peculiar.
The other dude ain't gonna like that. Oh, you don't talk to me, but every other day.
Let me tell you what I find peculiar. You're openly on the show, openly saying that you are talking to him every day. And other dude is listening like, really? But is that supposed to be okay?
He's okay. We talk
That is not okay.
That is okay. See, that's the problem right there. When somebody come with honesty and then people want to shoot it down and say like it's a negative thing.
I think it's good that she's honest. I'm saying.
That's how men are too. That's my
I'm saying this other dude sees y'all. You can look at y'all and y'all been like, yeah, we already exchanged HIV tests. Did you exchange HIV tests with other dudes? Okay, see, y'all are moving further along.
He's losing the race over
there. He's losing.
No, but I talk to them both all day long.
Okay, how do you feel hearing that she's talking to you and somebody else all day long? Just be keep it chill.
Yeah, we did talk about that. Because it was and I had let her know like right when I was at work and was about to get off work and we were talking about the show or whatnot, and I think I got the confirmation from you. I was like, well, the woman that I was dating, she found out who you were.
Oh, so you were dating somebody else, and that person knows who she is.
Yeah, I don't know
All
how
these people in the group.
I don't know.
That group be popping, boy. I gotta get more active in that group. Boy. That group be popping.
Y'all can join my group if you are single and looking for love. It's called MCM for Single Professionals, and it goes down.
But I told Nicole, I was like, I just wanted to let you know that the individual who I am still seeing and we're dating, she, I guess, found out. Yeah, I guess she was hunting down and posts and seeing who was liking. She was like, yeah, I know you're talking to Nicole.
So because she likes your post when you make a comment, she hits like. That girl figured it out.
Exactly.
Girl, that's some stalker stuff. Listen, I don't know, young
That's
lady.
why
I don't know who you are.
That's why I can't do the group
that.
thing. I don't like that. I'm okay knowing that you're dating other people, but I don't want to see it.
Yeah, right.
That's my thing.
That bothered you in the group. If you were dating somebody and you could see that person posting, then
because if you text them earlier and they're like, oh, I'm busy, but they're in this group all day long, I'm like, you know what? Let me get my.
That bothers
I was like, let me
me.
get my butt off here
But listen,
because this is not working for me. I don't want to see it.
Don't go stalking people's posts to try to figure out who's talking to who. Just ask the person. Like these men are honest. Like, he's on this radio show knowing that people can see it, and he said, I'm dating more than one person. So you can ask him. You don't have to check his posts. Just ask him straight up.
But you'll be eliminated soon.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. What's gonna be
eliminated?
What's gonna be eliminated?
I'm just joking.
What's your name?
Okay.
Be eliminated.
I said she'll be eliminated.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
The girl gonna be eliminated.
Okay, man.
So you gonna eliminate her while you still got two? I told
But
y'all.
Shay, but this goes back.
Let me ask you a question. Have you exchanged HIV tests with other women?
Oh, yes.
So you exchanged results with both women?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll have no problem doing
So
that.
you come
I'll
straight
be
up
like
like,
I'll
what's
be
your
like a
score?
purebred puppy dog. I got my papers.
Okay.
I'm
Y'all
certified.
walking around with your freedom papers.
I got my papers. I'm Kaiser Permanent, KP.org. You can go online.
Do you walk around with your papers too?
I'm not sexually active, and I do get tested, but I just haven't got tested recently.
Do you walk around with your papers? No. A lot of men don't get tested. I'm just gonna be straight up. Yours in your nightstand?
Yes.
Listen, a lot of men don't get tested. And I'm going to tell you, they wait till you get tested and be like, oh, we good.
Yeah,
they don't get tested. I'm just keeping it honest. Y'all know I keep it 100. They wait till you go to the doctor and be like, we straight. Don't do that. Get tested.
That's why I kept
And then some guys actually get offended. I was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I haven't had sex in a long time, but when I was having it, and I would ask, they'd be like, what are you trying to say? I'm like, I need you to go ahead and get it done. I mean, like, there's no big deal.
I'm trying to give you some if you give me your paper.
Exactly. Like, if you act right,
you purebred.
But yeah, it seems like when you try to ask men about it nicely, they take it like, what you trying to say?
We'll have a show about how to ask for HIV tests. But listen, y'all, we got to wrap up.
Wait, I wanted to comment on the thing about how many times contacting somebody is too much.
Yes.
I personally don't think it's a number. I think it's a feeling you're supposed to get from each other on that first date. You should have got the feeling that I don't want you calling me tomorrow. Or you should have got the feeling that I want you calling me 2 times a day, 3 times a day. I think it should be mutual. When it's not,
you have to communicate that, because everybody doesn't always pick up on. You should have got it.
Well, we got to figure it out by that first 3-4 to first week. We should be on got together. I'm like, damn, you just called me again, girl. Me
personally, I might send a cutesy text, and this is what I tell my clients: just throw it out, just throw a net out there. Like, I really enjoyed our date last night. That's it. Let it go, and let him come back and say, "Me too." Don't just be like, "Hey, what you doing? How you doing? Can I see you again?" Just throw a little bait. See if he catch it and go from there.
Smart. Good advice. Like good advice.
Yes.
Very good advice.
Yes.
If he don't hit you back, then don't.
You already know. You already know he didn't like you, and just keep it moving. But when I say don't date multiples, what I really mean is, if I go out with Ricardo and we go out 2 or 3 times, and I see that it's not going anywhere, we're done. Then I go out with Corey. We go out 2 or 3 times. I see it's not going anywhere. Then I go out with Franklin. To me, that works better for me personally because like I said, I'm not celibate like you are. I'm not going 6 years without having sex. So if I'm dating you, we're gonna have sex. So if we make it past this, 2-3 date period and it's going into a month 2, we're gonna probably be intimate. I don't want anybody else to be around. I just want it to be me and you. So me personally, that's the advice I give. When I match one at a time. I don't match 10. I'm gonna give you 10 dates. Go out with all of them. I don't do that. I match one at a time because I really don't like the dating to eliminate theory that most people practice. Yeah. But I do know that there are some people who have been successful dating multiples. But the reason why I don't agree with doing that is because I want you to be able to give yourself 100%. Like, let me get to know you. Nobody else is around. It's just me and you. Let me put myself out here, introduce myself, and tell you who I am, and you give me yourself fully. Then I can make a full decision. But if your time is split, and I got to share a third of you, and I only have, one day a week to get to know you, I can't really evaluate if this is really somebody I want to be with. So that's just my personal opinion.
Well, for females, let me say this. All right, now you're getting another male within that trying to talk to you, either, at the gas station. Do you turn him down to say, hey, I'm just dating this one guy?
Okay, so wait. So give me the scenario. I've gone out with you last night.
Well, you went out with Ricardo.
Okay, I went out with Ricardo.
You met him and everything like that. You still you like which I went out with, But at the same time, I meet you the next day.
At the gas station.
Yes, or something like that. You'll tell me no because I'm still talking to him.
Yeah, me personally, that's what I would do.
Okay.
Because it's not an unlimited amount of people. So once I end it with Ricardo, I'll meet somebody again who will ask me out, and I go out with him then.
Well, what about before the date? Y'all you never planned a date with him, but you started maybe within a week. But then you met me prior to you meeting, going out with Ricardo.
I haven't gone out with Ricardo.
No.
I met somebody. Now I might get your number, but getting your number doesn't mean I'm dating you. I can get your number and not call you.
I was saying at the gas station.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
I can get your number and put you on ice. I'm gonna call you next week if this don't work out with me. Ricardo.
Okay.
That's me personally because I need to be able to focus one at a time. And make sure.
I see. Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion. That's what I recommend to my clients. Now, like I tell them, you can do what you want to do. I'm only going to match you one at a time, but you can date more than one if you want. Listen, y'all, we got to wrap up the show, and the next hosts are coming on. But I want to thank you all for joining us on Conversations with Cupid. This was a great show. We talked about dating multiples. Tune in next week. We're going to actually talk about dating across the political lines. Democrat, Republican, Independent. We're going to go there. So I hope you join us next week. In the meantime, if you are looking for love, you can find me on middleclassmatchmaker.com or our dating site, Middle Class Match. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Smooches.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
If you would like to add